It's your boy A3B, and today I am pumped. I am excited. I cannot wait. Chinchilla, it's been a while. Ren, it is not. We just reacted to Ren, one of the last videos I uploaded on the channel, but I'm always excited to get to see more Ren. Of course, you will see, sadly, below me, I do not have Viz here with me today. I knew these two did a collaboration. I had a lot of people hopping into my recommendations for it. This Chalk Outlines, this is it. I'm very excited for this. They have a couple live videos. I didn't think they had an actual music video version. I might be wrong, so let me know, and I'll actually post like a quick reaction of that. But I know they have a live. They've done a couple live performances of it. Like I said, I always like to see the studio version first, because that's like the metric to judge the live performances by. So I can kind of compare and contrast and see what they do differently. So I will check this out. I'm really pumped. I love Ren. Ren is awesome. Chinchilla, I have very limited exposure to, but what I've heard of her so far has been phenomenal. So I'm excited to get into it and kind of further explore and get to see the collaboration between these two, because when you combine magic with magic, I'm expecting more magic. So I'm not going to talk your ear off. Let's get into it and hit that like button if you enjoy. Okay.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning.
Thematically, I won't be pausing it this much, I promise. Very different than I thought I was going to get. The Chinchilla I had was like a girl's anthem. It was crazy. The Ren I've listened to is normally not this. I know he has songs that are more slower. I'm loving this so far. This is really cool. I thought this was going to be like a get hype song. I love the theme of it already. The somber guitar coming in. Let me just take it from the top and kind of really enjoy this. It just kind of took me by surprise. I was not expecting what I heard.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning.
Such a good line.
So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in a floating chalk outline.
Holy
so
shit.
It goes, let it be. In the gallows, a balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
That's the chorus. Oh my god, that's the chorus. That's High Ren, for me, has been untouchable. It's such a good personalized piece, and I've talked about how the Tale of Jenny and Screech is my favorite from Ren, and Violet's Tale, and how that all ties in, and how much I love that, and that's probably my favorite Ren piece. It has some competition. It has a lot of competition right now. This is gorgeous. The story that Ren's already painting here, the harmonization between Ren and Chinchilla so far is chilling, pun intended. Wow, let's break it down lyrically here. I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in is a gorgeous way to start a song. It's a solid flip on the classic saying of I'm the bed that you made, right? You have to lie in the bed that you made, which essentially is a saying that says you make your own bed, right? Like when you piss off your boss, you have to deal with the repercussions of that. When you do this, you have to deal with that. And that's essentially saying that. And so this is a beautiful way to kind of flip that and saying, I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. Like, he made his own bed, and he's crawling into it. He's exhausted. He has no energy left. And he feels like, and he deals with this, a lot of this thematically as we keep going through this. He explains why this is the bed that he made. I just hope that I'm someone else in the morning. This is such a beautiful line because it paints so clearly the struggle that so many people go through and why so many people turn to drug use or alcohol use. And a lot of that comes and stems from the fact that they don't like who they are, but they like who they are with a drink in their hand. And I really love that. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. Like, this person I can't be anymore. I have to put on a smile, which he mentions later. I have to do something else. I hope I'm not here anymore. I can't do it. Someone else has to take over. So take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. Talking about popping pills. Or talking about taking a drink. Take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. Mostly popping pills here, but this could serve as a double for alcoholism. Which I like how it's kept semi-open there, so it makes it more relatable as an anthem for people who struggle, who have these worries. Like, take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. It could be a whole litany of things he's talking about here. And to him, as you see with the visualization, it's visualizing pills. It's saying, you pop another pill, and you'll be fine. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you come back to life a little bit. But if that doesn't relate to your story, you can still fill in your own blanks, and make this relate to you. Then walk around in a floating chalk outline. I love this because he's saying, like, he's not there. The floating chalk outline, a chalk outline, if you don't know, normally signifies a dead body. You find the dead body there on the floor, you draw the chalk. You don't draw the chalk outline. If you come across the dead body, do not grab your chalk. That's not what I'm saying. You call the police, and when the police show up and there's a whole investigation, they do a whole chalk outline around the person to trace where the body was found. And he's saying here, then walk around in a floating chalk outline, like you're dead, you're gone, you're separated from your body. All that's left is this shell of a person that no longer exists. You're gone. Wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in a floating chalk outline. I really love that because it's such visceral storytelling. It makes you feel the words that you're hearing. I really, really love that. But so it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I balanced on my toes so I can breathe. Oh my God, what a way to paint a picture. But so it goes, let it be. Saying, I've tried to beat my demons so many times before. I can't do it anymore. Just let it be. I'm tired of fighting. Just let me be a chalk outline. I really love that. I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. In the gallows, if you don't know what the gallows are, it's where you go to hang. So literally saying I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. The noose is tightening. It's your last gasp of air. You feel like you're suffocating. The only way you can breathe now is by being on your toes, is by putting in all this extra effort to be able to just do something that other people in the world take for granted. They can breathe just fine, but you have to stand on your toes because you're in the gallows and you're balanced on your toes just so you can breathe. And then you hear the music swell up a teeny bit, which I love. Because you hear the music swell and it almost feels like the inspiration is coming back. But it's not. And the subversion of your expectations here is so beautiful.
But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit.
And then it's just so haunting how I push it back down, and it's like, what do you do? How do you push it back down? How do you keep fighting? How do you find the strength to stay on your toes and to keep going and to push your way through with a new habit? And you can see the little pills fill the screen. Not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Yeah, that's what you do. You have to find a way, and some people, they're able to dig deep and they're able to find it, but some people, they can't, and so they fake it until hopefully they make it, or they don't. And when they don't, that's when you have those great tragedies in life. But so gorgeous, so absolutely gorgeous, touching upon this piece with, like, that's how he made it. That's little by little, bit by bit, he finds another new set of pills, or finds another drink, or finds the next vice that he can have, and just fakes being happy. And that's how he stays out of the gallows. We trace ourselves in these, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. We trace ourselves with these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my. Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines. Because once you trace the body, the next step is to take the body out. Like, you're dead, yeah, you're in the chalk outline, but then they take the body away. That's what the chalk outline's for. See, we trace ourselves, then we erase ourselves. We're gone. We not only are we dead, we dissipate further from that. We disappear.
Chalk outlines, oh my. Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Sertraline and the sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
And so it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I balance on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back
Double harmony is so
with
awesome.
a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves.
I don't know what's about to happen. It feels like it's about to get intense again, or we're about to have like a nice little bridge here. Very small verse, but does not take away the impact of it. Sertraline, and an antidepressant, and a sip of serotonin. A sip of serotonin. It comes from a bottle. Serotonin is, of course, the chemical in your brain that makes you happy. It produces happiness. It is happiness, essentially. So a sip of serotonin, it doesn't come in a sip, right? You're taking antidepressants and you're washing them down with a bottle of Jack. Don't cry, because there's a pill for everything. Which I love, because now it still keeps it open-ended, because you can still come at this from your own perspective of a pill is essentially a synonym here for vice. This is my vice, sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, because there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. The feeling goes, and you draw a chalk outline. It's just so this whole song is so visceral. It's so impactful in the conversation of mental health here that's happening, and how you just keep nodding and smiling and pushing forward, and you go back to that den of darkness when it's time to go home. And every time you reach out for help, this is what you get. Don't cry. There's a pill for everything. Sertraline. And what really sucks about antidepressants, and I've been on antidepressants before, and for some people they work, and that's great. For a lot of people they don't. And it's hard, because you have to deal with the root cause a lot of the time. Like, it's nice to get that shot of serotonin, but like I said, what goes up must come down, and you do come back down when it's all done, and you can't stay on your tippy toes forever, right? Serotonin helps lift you up, and it makes it easier in the gallows, but you're still in the gallows. You still have to deal with that problem. because when you sink back down, you're not going to like where you're at by the end of it. So I love songs like this. Songs like this are dangerous because it kind of I love songs that let you wallow sometimes, because wallowing is such a powerful emotion. And growing up, I had songs that were much simpler versions of this, and I say simpler not as like an insult to those artists, but simpler as in like I could relate to them more as a child. Songs like Bad Day by Daniel Pewter, where it talks about like sometimes the best way to, and speaking of Bad Day, he says you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You try to, sometimes you need to wallow in that in order to turn it around, in order to feel that emotion, acknowledge you're in the gallows, and that's how you get out of it. Confront it, tell the truth, let it go. I really like this performance. So let's keep the ball rolling.
Such a perfect day, take it to my mind, erase ourselves. Such a perfect day, take it just in case, take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change, all things change. It's such a perfect day, it's a beautiful shame, it's a beautiful shame. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down. 'Cause all things change.
The decision here to cut the music out entirely and to go entirely a cappella here is so powerful. Wow.
But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my mind, oh my mind, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my mind, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Wow. I don't even know what I could say to this. This was so good. I'm going to break down that last little bit, which was haunting. So the reason I was on antidepressants for a while, I have a thing called manic depression, also known as bipolar disorder. There's two major forms of bipolar disorder. There's the angry side of bipolar, which thankfully I do not have. Which if you do, I apologize. My dad has the angry side of bipolar. That's what I grew up with, so I do understand that. I have the depressive side of bipolar disorder, which is essentially like, they call it manic depression because you feel really good. You feel incredible. You're on top of the world. You literally could not feel any better. And the smallest little thing happens, and I mean the smallest little thing, and your entire world comes crashing down, and it's the worst day you've ever had, and you could not feel worse in your life. You've never felt this bad. And that's what it is. There's no regression to the mean with manic depression. It's literally you're feeling on top of the world, or you're feeling rock bottom, and there's no middle ground. You never have just an okay day. And that's why the song speaks to me so much, and why it's so good, because it's like, I'm scared of it being okay, and that's exactly what it is. Because when you wake up and you're in the middle, it's such a scary place. And I've kind of gotten to the point in my life where I carved my own path in the middle, and I want to live as close to middle of the road as I can, because I don't like reaching the high highs anymore, because it's immediately followed by the lows. But this was so real for so long. I'm scared of being okay, because all things change. Such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shame. And it's this fear of when you're feeling on top of the world. It's such a perfect day when you're there, and you know you know it's coming. All right, and we talked about this earlier in the verse before, where it's like you're out there, you're partying, you're having fun, you're surrounded by people. That's who your fake smile's for. That's when you feel okay. And it's a beautiful shame, because as soon as you get home, that's when you dig deeper and you go even lower than you ever thought you could before. And I don't want to neglect this line, because I kind of skipped over it just now, but it's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. Like, even when it's going good, you still have to have that vice with you. You still have to take it. You still have to rely on it, because what if today isn't perfect? I'm scared of being okay. What if one little thing goes wrong? You have to have that support with you. You can't just trust that it's going to be a perfect day, because how many times has that stabbed you in the back before? And wow. The drowning out entirely and going a cappella, obviously I stopped the song, went back, and pointed it out, but it's such a powerful... I love when songs do this, and it's rarer now than it has been before, so I love when I hear newer songs do this, because it really draws importance to the words and lets the words speak for themselves, and you take out all the fancy bells and whistles, and you really get to just simmer in the emotion of the vocals. And then the music swells back in for that final piece of it, little by little, bit by bit. The song is powerful. I love this. You guys are going to have to let me know. I have a whole checklist for Ren coming up in the future. This might be the only Ren song I do without Viz. This was a feature. I think this is a Ren song, and Chinchilla was a feature, so I might do more of these by myself. If he has more of these where it's him and another artist, I might do some Big Push alone. And save the more deeper Ren songs that have the more deeper meaning. Had I known this was going to be such an in-your-field song, I would have saved this for Viz, because I know Viz is going to love this song. I'm sure he will be in the comments below in the next couple days and will be tearing me a new one that I did a Ren song without him. But let me know if there's more songs from Ren that I could do without Viz. We have a whole checklist to go through for me and Viz with Ren's. Every couple sessions we get to sit down with each other. We're picking up a new song and we're doing it. So I'm excited for that. Ren is definitely on that list. I love it. But let me know for Chinchilla, if there's more Chinchilla songs I need to be doing. I've loved everything I've seen of her so far. I haven't seen much, but it's all been positive. So let me know if there's more below I haven't seen yet. Because I'm really pumped. This was a hell of a song. So until next time, y'all have a good one. Y'all keep it real, and reach out to your loved ones. Tell some. This is a good call to action, right? Reach out to somebody you love who you haven't talked to in a while. Whether it's a parent, whether it's a sibling, whether it's just a friend, whether it's an old college roommate, whether it's somebody from high school you haven't talked to in years, an old coworker you've had. Reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, and just tell them you're thinking about them. Because in those moments when you're at that low point, when you're at your absolute lowest, that's what keeps you on your tiptoes. Is the number of times I've reached that rock bottom. The thing that kept me going is somebody saying how much I meant to them 2 months earlier in a late night text. How much that means, not necessarily in that moment, but when they need that, and you add to the well of their strength that they can draw from. So that's my call to action for you guys. If you want to like the video too, I won't stop you, but do that for me. Do that one thing for me. I think we can spread a lot of love around with just doing that. So until next time, much love, and I am looking forward to it.